In this episode, we'll be taking a look at the reopening of Main Street downtown, a project that has been in the works for quite some time. We'll also be taking a look at who's behind these projects, construction crews, and what role you play in keeping these crews safe. It took approximately a year to construct and $2 million. But after all the hard work was over, this is Las Cruces' new Main Street downtown.
Wow, today's a very exciting day. We're opening up part of the Main Street. It's part of the time this Main Street's going to be a plaza, as you can see how it works today. And to dispel all the rumors that the cars won't fit, we've put cars up and down the street to see that they actually do fit.
Mike Beckett is the owner of a business located right on Main Street. He's been actively involved with the downtown revitalization project. And reopening Main Street from Las Cruces Street to Griggs Avenue is only the beginning.
There's already people asking every day, is there something available downtown? Is there something available downtown? This is where it's going to be at. This is going to be a great place. One of our next phases is housing. And when you get people living down here, you have nightlife, you have people on the street, not 24 hours a day, but more than 8 to 5. And that's one of the very important components of a successful downtown.
The first phase of the project included making part of this street more available for special events. It will also be the new home to the farmers and crafts markets. There are no curbs, the sidewalks are wider, and there is outdoor furniture, a place perfect as a plaza. And on Saturday, May 21st, there was a huge celebration for the grand opening.
Yeah. On a count of 1, 2, 3.
This is a substantive recognition of what is possible and what is to come.
I think it's a good thing. One, it kind of focuses on the historical and cultural part of this community. It opens up especially the theater that has a long history. I think it's terrific. I'm all for it.
The next step for downtown revitalization will be constructing a civic plaza. This includes more shading, a grassy knoll, water fountain, and stage for performances for special events.
And so I'm thinking about the implementation of Phase 2 that a couple of previous speakers had a chance to talk about. Phase 3 just to the north, City Hall, Federal Courthouse, everything else that needs to get done to fully engage downtown revitalization.
Once the Civic Plaza is complete, the rest of Main Street downtown will be open to traffic. Some say they're looking forward to the change and having a more open downtown compared to the downtown mall.
The idea was good, but it just fell out of, I don't know, if it wasn't something unique happening like the enchilada days or something, you never came down here.
Beckett says he views this as a way to bring people back to downtown, pedestrians, vehicles, and even tourists. He says this is part of what makes Las Cruces unique and can only imagine having a lot of people here all the time.
Downtown is for everybody. It's a place to be proud of if you live in this community. I live on the East Mesa. I love the suburban lifestyle, but I would love to be able to take people that visit me to a place that represents Las Cruces. That's not the same place you find everywhere else in the West. And that's what this downtown will be. It will be unique. We'll have unique businesses. The people that want to come down here will hopefully be one-of-a-kind businesses. It's going to be very exciting.
For more on the downtown revitalization project, we spoke with William Sledham, Downtown Development Coordinator for the City of Las Cruces. Thank you so much for joining us here, William.
My pleasure.
Well, for starters, if you could tell me a little bit about the reopening of Main Street.
Well, this is the culmination of about 20 years of planning and persuasion by a dedicated group of private citizens and government representatives to do something about the urban renewal failure that occurred here back in the 70s when the street was closed off and the canopies were put up. What it did effectively was make all of these business owners turn their front door, which had been on Main Street, to the back side, which was never developed. So after, like I say, decades of work, the city finally adopted a master plan in 2005. And when the funds became available from the legislature, then the contract was let and work was started on this section, this first 2 blocks, about a year ago. And that was when the construction started. And the work was real steady. There were no weather interruptions until they had to move the entrada. So after a year of construction, which went very well, it's finally open again to the public and to cars. The next sections won't be like that. The street will still have two-way traffic, but it will have parallel parking on both sides. The sidewalk will be narrower. It won't have as extensive a landscaping scheme to it.
So how much did this cost, the first phase of the downtown revitalization project?
The construction contract was $1.7 million. The contract for the design was about $300,000. So total, this is $2 million of work here.
And obviously there are a lot of people that are here walking up and down the street. Is this something that we're hoping to see a little bit more of, these pedestrians?
Exactly. Putting feet on the street is that's our goal. That's our slogan, our motto is to get more people down here. So the hope is that once people start using this street and seeing the incredible investment that the city has made, that they'll step up to the plate and they'll start to revitalize their businesses. We've had some really good inquiries from developers that want to do some pretty major projects down here, some multi-use projects that would combine office, retail, and housing. We're hoping that some of those will go through.
This is obviously something that's good for the citizens of Las Cruces, but also for tourism as well.
Absolutely. You know, people will pull off a freeway to go to an attractive place, to something that has some historic significance. They don't pull off the freeway because they hear that a town has great lawyers or accountants. No offense to any lawyers and accountants out there, but they don't. They pull off because they can go to a place like the Mesilla Plaza, or they can go to Old Town in Albuquerque, or they can go to a beautifully renovated Main Street in, well, Silver City, for instance. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot in the line of really great architecture left on the Main Street. It's so sad to realize that 60% of the buildings were torn down. So it's hard to imagine what it was like before, but there are an awful lot of people here today who remember what Main Street was like as a kid, and really not all that long ago.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.